What makes me most sick is the denial and gaslighting from the libs about the housing. Oh my God, it kills me. It's untenable, really. At the end of the day, housing is just crazy. The situation in housing, and the situation in housing is not getting any better. And the reality is the government's not doing anything to make it any better. And this is one of the cases right here. This is the guy who's the new minister of housing. He used to be the Vancouver mayor when when Vancouver's housing market went crazy. Yeah. And he was asked if housing prices need to go down, and listen to his answer. This shouldn't shock you, but it should shock you.
Affordable housing. Do you think prices need to go down? No, I think that we need to deliver more supply, make sure the market is stable. It's a huge part of our economy. We need to be delivering more affordable housing. The government of Canada has not been building affordable housing since the 90s, and we've created a huge shortage across Canada. That's where the big need is right now, and I'm very encouraged that the Prime Minister and our commitment right now in government is to double construction and focus on the affordable side.
How realistic do you think?
So, like, just think about what he said for a moment. No. So do the prices of houses need to go down? No, we need to make more affordable houses. We need the supply. Clyde Diab doesn't have the statistical data on other illegal immigrants. Who's Diab? I don't know who that is. Anyway, getting back to this. So just listening to what he says, right? So we don't need housing prices to come down. We don't want housing prices to come down. We just need more supply. And we need to build more affordable houses. Well, think about it this way. If we're going to talk about apples to apples. So let's say we build houses that are, equivalent to what other people own. Like houses like another house. 2 bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, something like that. 3 bedroom, 4 bedrooms, some houses. Build a house like that. We're going to make affordable ones. We're going to make new affordable ones. Well, let's put it this way. So in my little town in British Columbia, they're building townhouses. I lived in a townhouse. I don't live in one anymore because we got evicted. We got rent evicted. And then they raised the rent by 3 times the price. And somebody else is renting it now. Some dude is renting it. At 3 times the price what we used to pay. This is the crazy part about this whole thing. Those houses, those townhouses that were built in the early 2000s, 2002-ish. So they're like almost 25 years old, are going at the rate of $950,000. They're being sold for $950,000. If you buy a newer townhouse, they're usually going for about $1.2 million. So he says, we don't need the prices of these houses to come down. We just need to have more supply, because the more supply, we're going to build more of these houses. Well, if the newer houses are selling for more money, and you don't want the old houses prices to come down, what the hell kind of equation are you talking about here? What are you talking about when you're talking about affordable houses? Well, they're not building affordable houses unless you're talking about those crappy little condos that are like 900 square feet that you can buy for, $800,000 in the city. Purposeful collapse. Why collapse Canada when we were a nothing nation to begin with? Did Century Initiative ever state why they strive to, strive for their goals? It's about central authority. That's what it's about. It's about a central authority. It's not about It's not about making things work. Like none of the plans are ever thought out. They're never thought out. Housing market's in a bubble. It's the hugest bubble ever. It's crazy. It's only comparable to the crazy, even crazier bubble that's in China. And that bubble is that's just absurd. That's absurd. People aren't even living in those homes. They're just building entire cities to just keep this thing going. It has to crash. It's got to crash. So here's the thing. So are we going to get more houses? Or are we just going to build these little condos? And then we're going to keep bringing in millions of people every year? Like, how many people are they planning to bring in? And this is what's not going to let the prices of houses go down. And I've said this for months. I was saying this is the biggest push-pull that I've ever seen. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. This push-pull of people coming into the country while the prices of while the stock of houses is dwindling, and the housing market just wants to pop, but they're like, just bring in more people, keep that demand coming, we'll just make that happen. we'll just get that to occur. Oh, that's pretty scary. That's absolutely scary. But then where does this lead us? This leads us into a situation where even the people that came over wish they didn't. Absolutely wish they didn't. Listen to this guy. The biggest regret in his life. What do you think it's going to be? Have a listen.
What is the biggest thing you regret in life?
I regret in life? I regret coming to Canada, because if I had stayed in the Caribbean, I would have been way better. I came to Canada. I worked, I don't know, maybe 20 years. I had to go back to my country. 7 years, living here for 20 years, 7 years of my country, give me enough money to buy 2 properties in Canada cash. 7 years, 7. And 20 years you're just paying rent and nothing. It tells me Canada is just a trap. I own property and it's hard for me. So imagine people who come from different countries for the first year, and you're wasting your time, you're going to stress out, you're going to go crazy, and you're going to die in less than 10 years, when in your country, which would have been harder, you live for another 40, 50 years. No matter how bad it is in your country, it's only going to get worse here. I'm telling you the truth. I travel the world, I live a good life, all kind of stuff. Idea of Canada is to get out of Canada, not get in. And I've realized that between America and Canada, the people who are living back in their country are living better than us who are living over here.
Notice one thing that he said over and over again. He said, back in my country. Back in my country. And this is something that's obviously, we hear this over and over and over again, but the sentiment reigns true exactly the same. Olia, hey, good to see you. The sentiment remains this, is people come here and they have no goal of becoming Canadian. That's not to say that nobody does, but this mass immigration has nothing to do with that. It's economic. It's all economic. Why this guy even came back to Canada, 20 years in Canada, went back for 7 years so he could come back to Canada and buy 2 homes. If he wants to get out of Canada, why would he say that he did that? I don't get that. That's part of the thing that is a little odd for me. But that's the sentiment. People say my country, back in my country. If you move to a country, that country is your country. What are you doing? Why would you say that? But this is the reality. Look at the situation we've got here. We've got refugees, tons of people coming into Canada.
Many people.
And they're doing it for economic reasons. Look at just the amount of money that is given out to people who have no real stake in the society. And if everything dried up, the first thing they would do is pack up and go. But we're taking our resources and we're giving it to this.
In Canada receive financial aid? Here's the breakdown. Many people wonder how much financial support refugees receive when they arrive in Canada. Under the Resettlement Assistance Program, RAP, refugees get nearly $1,900 per month. Plus, they can earn up to $1,000 from employment. Families with children also receive the child tax benefit. which provides $1,800 per child per month. On top of that, there's a $500 housing top-up and a one-time $8,300 startup allowance for basic needs, like furniture and clothing. Even after RAPE ends, refugees can apply for provincial
Isn't it funny that it's called rapey?
assistance if they still need financial help. This has sparked debates online, with some Canadians pointing out that pensioners receive only about $1,500 per month after working their whole lives.
My thoughts on this are pretty clear. I am not against immigration. My father, my grandparents are immigrants. They entered Canada the correct way. They had their proper paperwork. They escaped a country that was in war. They redid their degrees so that they were qualified to work in Canada and make a life for themselves. We have veterans, we have Canadians that have worked here their entire lives, that have protected our country, that have given us freedom, who are living on the streets or living below the poverty line. This is not okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay. My parents are the same. My parents both came from different countries. This was a clip from the Friday night live stream. It's a community event that we do every Friday at 9:30 Eastern time. That's 6:30 Pacific. If you want to watch the whole video, the link will be down in the description down below. If you want to catch it live, make sure you hit that notification bell with the subscription to the channel. It'll remind you when we go live at the time. We'll see you then. Keep on trucking.